As autumn leaves begin to warm the landscape of the picturesque town of Dixon, Illinois, a cold reality is taking hold.
The city was drowning in debt. There were streets that went unpaved. There were sidewalks that went, unfixed because the city, as they believed, had no money to take care of those sorts of things.
Dixon Mayor Jim Burke hears the message of distress year after year from the city official pulling Dixon's purse strings, Comptroller Rita Crunwell.
She would present the figures for the annual budget workshop, and which showed that it was going to be nip and tuck because of the financial situation.
But this fall, Crunwell is taking vacation time to prepare for a quarter horse exhibition. She's hoping to add to her already extensive collection of trophies as a world champion show horse breeder and exhibitor. Back in Dixon, however, the woman filling in for Crunwell goes through the city's financials and uncovers a mysterious bank account under Crunwell's control. In September alone, she finds more than $750,000 are inexplicably siphoned into that strange account from the city's coffers. She alerts the mayor.
Our city clerk brought a bank statement to me, and she said, I cannot connect this with anything. I started to get sick to my stomach because I realized this was a big ripoff going on.
6 months later, Mayor Burke sits in front of the citizens of Dixon and cameras from media outlets across the country to explain what authorities believe may be the biggest municipal fraud in U.S. history.
First of all, I'd like to thank the FBI for their comprehensive response to our request for a criminal investigation into this matter. This is a traumatic, upsetting event that the citizens and council are experiencing.
Traumatic and upsetting are not words typically used in association with Dixon, Illinois. U.S. Marshal Jason Modillo is dispatched to Dixon just days after Mayor Burke's press conference in the spring of 2012.
The city was the size of 16,000 people, good, hardworking farmers, a lot of farmers in the community. Your typical heartland of America city.
Rita Crunwell has worked in Dixon City Hall since 1970, beginning as an eager high schooler and eventually making her way up to city comptroller in 1983.
My name is Dan Langloss. I'm the Chief of Police in the city of Dixon.
By the time Dan Langloss becomes the Dixon Chief of Police in 2008, Crunwell has been the trusted guardian of the city's finances for 25 years.
She was very highly regarded, very well respected. If you had a question, go to Rita. If you need something, go to Rita. And everybody always looked at her that she could fix any problem or just take care of anything that needed to be done.
If Crunwell's dependability is exhibited in her work, her passion is on display in another arena, showing quarter horses at exhibitions nationwide. Marcia Freeman breaks and trains horses near Crunwell's home in Illinois and remembers Crunwell's early years in the industry in the mid-'80s.
At that point, I think she was just like the regular horse person showing horses as a hobby, which would involve moving in on a Thursday, showing horses Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and returning back home and going back to a normal job and work week.
But Crunwell takes this more seriously than a weekend hobby. In 1990, she starts her own horse breeding business named RC Quarter Horses, LLC. There's only one problem.
Showing horses is an expensive hobby, so you're going to need to have some startup cash to do it correctly.
With her humble background, Crunwell doesn't have enough money to support the boarding, medical care, transportation, and trainers necessary for a world-class breeding program. But as Dixon's comptroller, large amounts of cash pass through her hands every day. And according to Assistant U.S. Attorney Joe Peterson, on December 18, 1990, Crunwell crosses a line that will change her life and the city of Dixon forever. She opens a secret bank account in the city's name, and only she has control of it.
She named it the RSCDA account, which stood for some acronym involving a sewer, reserve sewer account, but it really was not a legitimate city account at all.
Because Crunwell has full authority to write checks on the city's behalf, it's easy for her to filter government money into the new account.
She was creating fictitious invoices, purportedly representing different projects that were going on in the city that in fact